Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, this video just came out of my head basically. I was watching another video and someone commented on how they didn't like blade wrap, and that is the worst thing to me on a knife to get is blade wrap. Alright, so what gets me though is some people will tell you you should never let a traditional knife do this. You should always baby it closed. Let it go down like that. I think the knife was built incorrectly. If it cannot withstand a normal, without human intervention, a normal closing, the spring pull landing there, causing blade wrap. Now, blade wrap can be like on this one, that spring down there has a little rise on it, you know, a high spot, and that's a lot of times that's the highest spot on the knife spring when it closes. So if this has got a huge strong snap to it, if you were to try to baby that thing, a lot of times it's going to slip out of your hand. Now, to me, the knife was built incorrectly if it gets blade wrap. All you've got to do to fix blade wrap is put a little bit more height on that kick. Now, if that height causes your tip to be proud, well, then you need to go back to the drawing board and redesign your knife, or look at what it's hitting, you know, find out why it's hitting. Maybe your main, you know, your back springs that you were getting built for you or making, maybe somebody didn't mill that down enough and that height is a little too high. And so every time you close this blade, until you sharpen it down and remove a bunch of metal, you're going to get a little ding right in there. This one had just had a minor one when I got it. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that it shouldn't happen on a GEC. You know, and it's the same way with even a less expensive knife, you know. This one doesn't have it either. But I mean, if you can sit there and do this, and the knife gets blade wrap, and you can buy another exact same pattern knife and do that, and the knife doesn't get blade wrap, guess what? They didn't build the knife that you have properly. Somebody didn't check that, and that's one thing that they should check coming out of the factory, especially on a custom knife. If you can do this, just start closing it. And without human intervention, I'm not giving any extra force or anything, it goes like that and gets blade wrap. The knife was built incorrectly. All right? There's something wrong with it because it should be able to take closing like that. You shouldn't have to baby your knife. Now, a lot of people do that simply because they don't want to have to put up with, you know, they don't want to take the chance. You know, this is a expensive knife. You don't want to take the chance that it's going to do this, and you're going to baby it closed. All right, fine. If that's what you want to do, you might as well get a diaper for your knife, you know, because you've got to baby it every time. You can't let it alone. If gravity takes over, oh my God, now you've got blade wrap, and you're going to have to sharpen it until the thing's like down to here maybe, you know, and you finally cleared it. Like I said, usually if I get blade wrap, I try to go after the mainspring. Now, yeah, you're gonna have a chance of scratching your liners depending on what you do. But it's a pain in the butt. It's usually harder to do than just sharpening a knife. But I just hate removing blade steel simply because the knife wasn't built correctly. That's my opinion, and because this is an opinion, it can't be wrong. It's my opinion. But that's it, basically, is, you know, just kind of a quickie here on what I think is wrong with a knife. Is it the operator error? No. A knife should be able, under its own power, to survive closing with its own mainspring. You know, if it doesn't do that, if it can't survive that, then the tolerances were too close. You did something wrong on the design. You didn't build a high enough kick. You made the blade steel too wide. You didn't do your tip right, you know. You shouldn't blame it on the operator. the person that bought the knife. You know, this is a normal thing for a knife to do, is to close like this. It's abnormal to have human intervention and ease it down. There's something wrong, and it's not with the person closing the knife. Because you'll see it in some comments. Somebody will come in there. This hasn't happened to me, but I've seen it in other comments, where somebody will come in there and act all authoritative and say, you should never allow a blade to close like that. That's just bad. Well, no, you should never have to baby a knife close like that, a blade close. To me, that's bad. So, in one case, they're blaming the victim. You've got a bad knife, and because you let it close the way it would normally close, oh, now all of a sudden it's your fault. No, wrong. You know, so, yeah, I know, YouTube opinions and all that other stuff, and comments, things like that. I mean, I'd like to know, what do you think? Do you think that it's operator error when you do something like that, or design flaw? You know, if it's not design flaw, then the knife was put together improperly. You know, I mean, they had that height too high on this pin, or something. Also, if you can get another example of the same knife and it doesn't have blade wrap, guess what? The knife was built incorrectly. You know, to me, it's just simple, you know? Anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. I have a video on how to fix blade wrap on a GEC, or any knife, really. A GEC would be really, that's where you risk it, you know, because you've got a lot of money. Like, this knife is maybe $150 or more, and for me to sit there and start scraping on the mainspring or anything like that, I'm gonna have a lot more qualms about doing that than I am on a Rough Rider. You know, Rough Rider, if I only paid 15 bucks for the knife, I can either return it or try a little experimentation on my own and get down there and start, you know, trying to file that out without scratching up the liners. This is just when it was originally a buckshot bone, and I just coated it with some glow-in-the-dark material. I really like this one. I mean, this is a really good, has a good solid lockup, feels good in the hands, got that nice spear point blade on it. Yeah, these are just really good knives. Fit well in the hand. So there you go. Sorry I got rambling a little bit on that, but I just wanted to cover. That's what I thought. That's what I think about it, is that if a knife can't be closed without babying it, if you go like that and you get blade wrap, then to me, the knife was built incorrectly. There's something wrong with it. You know, raising the kick a lot of times will prevent blade wrap, but then you're going to have proud, you know, you're going to stick yourself with your own knife. The tip's going to be sticking up and grab you. So, there you go. Keep repeating myself. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.